Is this watch worth $500,000? In this video, I'm going to review my first ever Richard Mille, the Rafael RM 3503. This is going to be a very special video because at the end, I'm going to share to you my personal opinion on this watch and what most people will disagree with. So let's start with the history of the brand. So Richard Mille, compared to other luxury watches, is relatively new. The brand was launched in 2001 compared to Patek Philippe, which was launched in 1839. But still, RM has the highest priced watches in the market. So if you ask me, what is the core value of this brand? It's very simple. That is being revolutionary in their marketing and in their watches. Now, let's talk about the celebrity marketing that RM has done. So when is the first time you or me have ever seen an RM? It's either been on a celebrity's wrist or a super athlete, from F1 drivers to tennis players. And the tennis player I'm talking about is Rafael Nadal. And here in my hands, I have the third version of his watch, the RM 3503. So the first thing to know about this watch is the reference number. Any reference number from RM that says -003, that means it's the third version of the watch. So this watch has RM 35-001, the first version, -002, the second version, and this is the third version, -003. So now the good stuff, let's talk about the watch. So this is the Rafael Nadal RM 3503. Here we have a 13mm thickness watch. The watch bezel here, we have the color combination of blue and white. The watch being in carbon and in quartz. As you can see, it is a beautiful watch. The watch, to be honest, it's extremely light. I can't explain to you like how light this watch is compared to other ones, especially with the materials they're using. So this version of the watch actually comes in two other colors. You have the all black one, and you also have one with white and baby blue straps. So the power reserve on this watch is 55 hours, and it's a pretty, cool and sexy watch. Now, I know you guys might think, oh, it's a toy, Mo, it's a toy. It is not a toy. I'm gonna explain to you guys why this watch is, for me, one of the most beautiful and craziest watch I've personally ever reviewed. Let's just continue the review here of the watch. So here we have an open case. You can see the rotor spinning right there, and it's really beautiful. In terms of the bracelet here, it's rubber bracelet, and to turn it on and off, it's very simple, similar to other rubber bracelets. To adjust it, by the way, it's very simple. Before I talk about the functionality, let's talk more about, I love me some lume. So let's go and lume up the watch. So here you can see like a little lock kind of, if you want to say, like a lock icon at the 12, 3, 6, and 9. And you can see the hour hand and the minute hand at the top all light up. You have also some markers on the side that light up, which is 10, 11, 1, 2, and actually no, 2 and 4 don't light up. So that's in terms of the lume. So let's talk about how this watch works. So in typical fashion, we think let's pull the crown and let's adjust the watch. That's not how it works. So here we have a beautiful button. So here we got the selector. The selector now lets us select the watch. What do you want the watch to do? So here you have W, N, and H. W means winding the watch. N means neutral. H means hour. So all you have to do is click it, and then you adjust. Very simple. So if you want to adjust the time to 7:05, there we go. Done. Again, I know you're used to always pulling the crown and pushing the crown and winding the crown. Here you don't do it. You have the selector. Let's click it again to wind. The cool thing about this, because it's a skeleton, you see all the movements moving as you're pressing the selector. So here we're winding the watch. I can't explain to you how buttery smooth this is. You actually feel it. And then now, neutral. Neutral, you feel it's doing nothing. Obviously, it's best to keep the watch in neutral whenever wearing this watch. Now I know what your next question is. Mo, what is this that says on and off in the bottom at 6 o'clock? And let me explain to you the story. There's actually a story behind this. And before we get into the story, we just gotta see what does it say. I love example, the details. Here it says sport mode. So what does sport mode mean? So again, as I explained earlier, this is the RM 3503. This is the third version. And what does that mean? It means the watch has evolved. Now, so why does this watch compared to the 01 and the 02 have this feature and all the other two don't? It's because the story goes, Rafael Nadal was playing in a tennis game, and as he's wearing his RM 35, he's going and swinging his racket by hitting a tennis ball, and the back of the rotor broke. That's how hard he was swinging. So then Richard Mille decided, you know what? Let's take this to another level and put in a sport mode. What does the sport mode do? It's very simple, and here's a hint. Here we have crosses. In my opinion, it's called the butterfly. So they call it the butterfly effect. So basically, every day you're wearing it, the rotor is on. So here you have, like they say, the selector, it says on, is good. Now, Rafael goes to play tennis. Boom, turns it on, and right there, it turns into the butterfly effect. So now you see the rotor is not moving as much at all. I'm just switching it around. As you can see, it's suspended inside the watch. And here, as you can see, it says off. The rotor is off. Just this technology, how they just evolutionized Rafael Nadal's watch is just crazy to me. Like, you know, Rolex, like they say, it's tool watches, but here when you see the technology and like, you know, to have a sports watch that actually makes sense. Again, this is for a super athlete. I don't think even no matter what sport I'm doing, hitting a racquetball that hard that a rotor breaks, but you just love the story behind it. And that's what all watches are all about and how they come up with this. And it's just, for me, this got me falling in love with this watch like crazy. $500,000 crazy, we'll see. So there you have the functionality of the watch. So now, what does this watch come with? Yes, it comes with a box and case. Let's talk about that. Let's put this baby here. So here we have the box. It's very simple. Box here, I don't know if you guys can see the details. Swiss made, the design, beautiful. Richard Mille. Honestly, attention to details. It also comes with a travel box. In my opinion, this is way too big, but it's nice. And then here, you would think like, you know, they have the manual separately inside the box like all the other brands do. Here it's not, it's like a whole folder. And basically you have here, I'm just covering it, privacy reasons. Here's all the information, which is your card, your warranty and everything. Here's when you're getting the watch serviced. Here's the booklet of the RM35, it's still brand new. And here's just basically your warranty service history. And the same material here in the booklet is the same material as the box. Again, what you're getting here, it's next level. You're not getting this like any other watch brand. So now the question, would I buy this for $500,000? So as mentioned, there's three versions of this. You have the all black one, you have the blue and white one, and you have the white on baby blue. Now in terms of pricing, the black one goes for around $400,000. The blue one goes, the one in my hand goes for $500,000. And the baby Nadal, what they call it also, everything obviously has a nickname. That one goes for around $700,000. So would I spend $500,000 on this one? You know, RM, like a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's a toy watch, you know, that's crazy to pay this much for a watch. But again, guys, look at the technology that's in this. Yes, it is a toy. If you ask me, yes, I've been playing with this all day. This is a toy. But at the end of the day, you know, this is another reason to keep the kid inside of you alive. Now, $500,000 to keep the kid inside of you alive, it's a large amount. You know, a lot of people ask me, okay, Mo, would you buy this watch or would you buy a nice collection of maybe a Patek, an AP or Rolex or all one brand, or would you take this watch? Like for me, especially in my business and everything I'm doing, I'm constantly like, you know, a better version of me, even in terms of everything we do in our business and everything. And just this watch signifies that. Like, hey, we have the RM350102, it's great. Oh, we saw an issue, let's make it better. Let's make it better. And for me, I love this. Like when I see this on off, to me, it's just, I love it. Again, it just brings the kid inside of you alive. And of course, we got to do the wrist check, so let's do that. So here we have it, guys. Look how beautiful this is. I'm sorry, man, how comfortable. Again, like how it bends and it lays on your wrist so perfectly. Once again, guys, if you're looking for this watch or any other watch, reach out to us at bigmowatches.com. It'd be my pleasure to source you this one or any other RM.